So I spent my entire drive home tonight from work listening to A Tribe Called Quest. But why would I do such a thing for Project 70? That is cards 7, 8, 9, and 10 in his set. So we're starting to see that 19 card mosaic come into focus. And so welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, otherwise on Twitter and Instagram is at CRT_sportscards, and the website that you want to go to for everything related to Project 70 is my newly redesigned website. That is simply crtsportscards.com. But now here's a scenario for Tuesday in Project 70, one day after having pretty strong releases. That Tatis by Natural was my favorite card. We had 4 artists release a card today, and you could argue their fan bases are very passionate about their own individual cards. So it's gonna be very, very difficult to pick a winner from today, but we're gonna give it our best shot. I will also say today in our Discord community, the link is below. Join us on Discord if you want to take this conversation further. F-Dot dropped some really great behind the scenes information around the set, around the process. Definitely check us out on Discord. And also, if you're new to Project 70 or recently discovered this channel, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button so you know the moment my videos go up Monday through Friday. And now a lot of you recently have asked me, have I sent off any Project 70 cards to be graded yet? And I have not. I've gone through about 10 to 12 cards. I've picked out 2 that I want to send in. I'm using a loop through the magnetic case. I'm not opening them up unless I think they're really, really good. I've got 2 right now, the Lauren Taylor, Mike Trout. I also have the Sioux Surgeons, Fernando Tatis Jr. I've got about 30 more to go, so the moment I go through all of those cards and decide which ones I want to submit, I will definitely post on social media so everybody knows what the grades will be and the fact that I am using SGC to grade these cards. And so with it being Tuesday, not a lot of things going on in the set because every single card that is released is still up for sale. Let's go and talk about the cards that released today. We had 3 returning players, maybe 4. It's gonna be hard to classify Chris Bryant here, but for me, this is Chris Bryant's first card in Project 70 as a standalone subject, brought to us from Blake Jameson. We also had Bo Jackson by Chuck Styles. We had Fernando Tatis Jr. by Fucci, and then we had Aaron Judge by F-Dot. And so it is pretty obvious when you go review all 4 cards today that F-Dot did not get the memo. No one told him to include orange in the card because the other 3 cards all had orange prominently placed in the card. But we won't hold it against F-Dot for his Aaron Judge, because how do you put orange on a Yankee card? I guess you could try, but you know, it's not really worth it. At the end of the day though, this is now the 2nd time we've seen Aaron Judge this week. Hopefully we do not see him anymore this week. There is a chance though that he is going to be in the Field of Dreams subset being released on Thursday, I believe. So definitely check out the website for those releases. That's going to be very similar to the All-Star releases we saw just a few weeks ago. But what is the most interesting thing about this F-Dot Aaron Judge? This is actually way more than an Aaron Judge card. This is an Aaron Judge and Babe Ruth card. This is past meets present. This is 1920s meets 2020s. Now, we will see in 100 years. Actually, we won't see in 100 years. We won't be here in 100 years, but we will see what the Aaron Judge legacy is. But now the best thing in my opinion about this Judge and Ruth card is the simple fact that this card pairs beautifully with his Yankee card from his Topps Stadium Club series. So if you do not own that Yankee Stadium and you're picking up this Aaron Judge Babe Ruth card, you have to get that Stadium card because these 2 cards marry so perfectly well. And so while F-Dot has been very consistent with his design style all year long, this next artist told us they were going in a different direction and now all of a sudden is back to the beginning. So who knows right now what Fucci is going to do. The good thing though with this Fernando Tatis Jr., unfortunately though, it's the 2nd day in a row again here of another repeat player. I really hope this doesn't keep happening over and over again, is the fact that there is a no hat Tatis. But he told us, or they told us a few weeks ago, that they were going to go with a more graphically designed set, and now we're back to no face. So I'm lost. I guess this is the direction we're going now, or maybe this card was released and given to Topps a few months ago, and maybe Fucci forgot this card was coming in his lineup, and maybe they are correct about more graphically designed cards going forward. We'll see what the next one is, or Fucci bowed to the pressure and went back to no face, because that is what we know Fucci by. But now, the artist that has given us the most moments in Project 70 versus careers is none other than Blake Jameson with this 1977 Topps Kris Bryant in a San Francisco Giants uniform. That is still tough for me to say, and I'm not even a Cubs fan, and I'm not even really a Kris Bryant fan. This is now the first and a half time we've seen Bryant. Of course, we saw him a few weeks ago with that F. dual card with Ian Happ. But from a ranking perspective, this is the first standalone card for Kris Bryant. But Blake here tries to have his cake and eat it too. And so for me, this card was almost a win. But when you take a look at the design style he used, 1977, I love a lot of things about the card. You know me in orange, obviously it's on my logo. I love the orange background. I like the fact that Kris Bryant is ahead of the card. I love the fact that artists are now breaking the borders of these cards. New York Nico did it, of course, with his 71 Jackie Robinson, but Blake here moved Bryant's last name on the other side of the bat. In my opinion here, the B should have been behind the bat to keep in style with the name. So it was a little bit of a play to where you got the name all the way across. I can't blame him, but for me, if you want to keep it true to 77, this name should have been behind the bat. And then the final card releasing today is the reason why I was listening to A Tribe Called Quest on the way home. We have Chuck Styles with a Bo Jackson card. And what it felt like for about a month there, we were getting a Bo Jackson a day, and it was almost too much. This is now the very first time we've seen Bo Jackson in 98 cards. So Chuck Styles here benefits from a little bit of a resurgence, and oh wow, we do have Bo Jackson in the set. But now those words on the back of this card, of course, at the beginning of Chuck Styles' set, he had the name of the player in the background. You think of Hank Aaron, you think of Mike Trout, but here we have lyrics from Scenario, which is from A Tribe Called Quest. This is a band, or a group, excuse me, that has been referenced multiple times in this set so far this year. And so for me, someone who has never heard of A Tribe Called Quest, I have to do a better job of understanding the references on these cards. And for me, it was great to listen to the music, because I feel like I appreciate this card just a little bit more than I would have had I not listened to the music. So if you have a chance today, listen to Scenario, because this song, these lyrics are meaningful to Chuck Styles, and that is what is important here. And it's also a darn good looking Bo Jackson here. Maybe my favorite. We will see when I compare them all tonight. But I do really like the fact that Chuck Styles, in his last two cards, are going with darker colors. That Roberto now with the Bo Jackson really stand out when you compare it with his first 3 to 4 cards in this set. And because of that, this is my favorite card of the day on Tuesday in Topps Project 70. And I will see all of you back here tomorrow night at this exact time, where we're going to talk about the Wednesday releases in this set.